Of the three areas that show the signs of aging the most, neck, face, and hands, the neck will get you every time. And chances are you've really taken a decent amount of time and effort to take care of the skin on your face and maybe even the backs of your hands while practically forgetting altogether about the neck and upper chest. I know, it's something that's very, very common. But our necks go through the same wear and tear as the rest of our skin. So today I'm going to be sharing how to reverse the 5 major signs of skin aging on the neck, something that I practice every day to keep this 60-year-old neck looking good. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to reverse the 5 major signs of skin aging on the neck and even the upper chest, something I know there's a lot of interest in. I get asked about this particular area of the body all the time. And because I just myself turned 60 and my neck looks so good, I'm often asked, what is it you do to keep your skin on your neck looking so great? And I do kind of have the upper hand, having been an esthetician and a skincare expert for the last 36 years. There are a few things I know that I need to share with you. Now, if you happen to be new to my channel and not familiar with who I am, I'm Chris Gibson. Again, as I said, I've been doing skincare for 36 years, helping folks like you find skincare that will work for them, not empty their wallet, and not do them more harm than good. So if that's the kind of content you've been looking for here on YouTube, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. So let's talk about big reason number 1, and it's an easy one to understand. It's gravity. Unfortunately, from the moment we are splat onto the earth, gravity begins pulling and tugging at our skin. And because we are hominids that walk upright, like all structures, our skin is constantly pulled downward. The second big culprit is the accumulation of sun exposure and sun damage in the upper and middle layers of your skin that happen as we move through the years. Add to that genetics and hormonal changes and just the fact that as we get older, our skin produces less and less collagen. The deck for wearing a turtleneck is stacked against us. The good news is there are plenty of effective ways to reverse many of the signs of skin aging on the area of the neck. The first one, perhaps the most simplest, but the one that's missed most often, is to make sure that you are protecting your skin on your neck and any area that's exposed from UVA, UVB light. Over the years, that damage, as I said, accumulates and begins to break down the elastin fibers in skin. It also destroys collagen cells, bringing about those dark patches, age spots, and enhancing the look of those lines, both vertically and horizontally, that naturally occur as we get older. Which leads to the first major sign of skin aging on the area of the neck and chest: brown spots, patches, and that sort of mottled look where melanin production on the skin is very uneven. One of the easy fixes for this to slow the progression of this problem is to make sure you're applying sunscreen, or at least moisturizer that contains sunscreen SPF 30 or higher, to the area of the neck and chest consistently. If you're going to be out in the sun, you're going to need to reapply it more often. It is amazing the amount of accumulated sun damage that happens over the years to the skin. Take driving a car, for instance, where one side of your body is exposed to the sun on a regular basis. You're going to naturally have more signs of sun damage on that side than the other side. I have that same sort of delineation between my left side, which was exposed to the outside of the car, to the right side, which was protected on the inside of the car, even though I have been extremely consistent using sunscreen since I was in my 20s. We often say the real test to see how much sun damage your skin has accumulated is to look at your butt, because that's usually not exposed to very much sun, if any, compared to the rest of your body, the exposed parts that are on a regular basis. So sunscreen, a super important tool, not just in this first major sign of skin aging, but as we move through the other 4, you're going to find that sunscreen plays a role in all of them. And of course, I have my favorites and my recommendations on sunscreens. I'll put a link down below in the video description box for that and the other things we talk about today, so you can check those out when we're done. The other thing you can do to help beef up your body's and skin's defenses all over against damage from the sun, or to beef up your intake or make sure you're getting enough omega-3 and 6 fatty acids in your diet. You can do that through nuts and to avocados and cold water fish, or as I said, supplements. But many, many scientific studies show that people who have omega-3s in their diet on a routine and regular basis show less accumulated damage from exposure to sunlight, regardless of whether they wore sunscreen or not. And then there is major sign of skin aging on the neck, number 2, poikiloderma, which is actually crepey textured skin with redness from broken capillaries and even that mottled sun red and white spotted look. And crepey skin on the neck, one of the most common signs of skin aging, that's going to respond extremely well to the use of a good sunscreen and a moisturizing neck cream that contains collagen stimulating ingredients like peptides, retinol, and growth factors. And really, there are a great number of brands with wonderful formulations that contain all of these ingredients, helping to improve textured, crepey skin, again, with all that redness and those broken capillaries, and can actually make your skin look much younger and much smoother. So sign number 3, folds and wrinkles. Now, a lot of us genetically have lines and creases in our neck. Infants, newborns even, have those creases already in their neck. And they're part of your skin structure and design because we move our necks and heads a lot up and down, right and left. Not to mention, today we have devices that we're looking down at all the time, throwing that blue light back on our skin, which can be just as damaging as sunlight, and putting 50 extra pounds of pressure on the skin around your neck. So the way to address that is to train yourself to look at your devices eye level. It's not as hard as it sounds. In fact, I've had to do that myself. And I was just in California waiting on a flight, and I noticed in the airport, a lot of people are already starting to train themselves to look this way at devices. So obviously the word is getting out, tech neck is a real thing. Which leads us to sign number 4, prominent vertical bands or platysmal bands that start to show up as we get older. Again, we lose some collagen, we even lose some fat in our necks, and there's a tendency for those vertical muscles to begin to bow out. Unfortunately, for a lot of us, those prominent bands are genetic and you can't really get rid of them all the way either. But there are some things you can do without having to have a surgical neck lift to make them look better. And one is to get Botox treatments along those muscles to help relax them so that they can sink back under the skin and are much less noticeable that way. And I saved the one you all hate the most for last, sign number 5, loose sagging skin on the jaw, under the chin, the neck, and the upper chest. For many of us, as we get older, collagen and elastin begins to break down under the skin. We also tend to lose some bone mass in our jaw, which can lead to sagging skin on the jaw and just under the chin. Add to that accumulated sun damage, and you have a recipe for very loose, thin, crepey skin on the neck. So we've talked about applying sunscreen, and we've talked about neck creams that moisturize and help rebuild collagen and strengthen elastin fibers. And truly, when it comes to neck skin, hydration, extremely important. But here's where I tell you what my secret is to keeping my neck looking this way. And it is doing a series of facial and neck yoga exercises that I learned from my grandmother that I've been doing since I was about 21. In fact, one of the most popular videos on my channel is that how to lift your neck, chin, and jaw yoga exercise video, which I will put a link to in the video description box so you can watch the whole thing. But it's based on the principle of keeping these muscles from shrinking and getting weaker as we get older. So just like you would work any other muscle to strengthen it and build it up, these facial yoga exercises absolutely work. Not to mention that they cost you nothing except some time. Now, of course, there are in-office procedures like fractionated lasers and a good old-fashioned surgical neck lift, not to be left out of the equation. For some folks, that is what is necessary. So if you're reversing the look of aging on your neck and chest and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, an in-office visit is totally appropriate with a professional because they're going to be able to help you determine what technique, what treatment, or what actual surgery you would need to improve the entire neck and chest area. All I'll say about that is check references and make sure that you are using a board-certified dermatologist or plastic surgeon so that you have the best chance for the best results. Now, I hope you guys found this video today on reversing the 5 major signs of neck aging helpful. If you did, please like it, share it out, let me know in the comments below. I will put links down below in the video description box for products that are recommended for the steps that we talked about today, along with the link to that facial yoga video. And in fact, I will also link to it right here so you can go to it straight away. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel. It means the world to me. Stay beautiful, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you over on that next video.